You're listening to a Frequency Podcast Network production.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Welcome to Monday. Hey, I'm Brock.
I'm Dalby.
Heads up, we are going to take some time off next week, but we'll worry about that when we get there.
It's the Monday of your last week before vacation. Well, our last week. I have to take vacation too, even though I'm not going
Yeah,
anywhere.
it's dumb. They make us share vacations. I'm going to Sonic Temple Music Festival in Columbus, Ohio, which I'm super stoked for.
That's going to be sick.
Crap ton of bands that's going to be there.
Yeah.
But it's like a 4-day festival, and I was just looking at my bank account after we got all that sod and stuff done last week. Yo, I'm broke as shit going into next week.
That's not great timing, brother.
Yeah, we get paid on Friday, and then I have to pay like all my bills and stuff and my mortgage, and I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Dude, there's nothing worse than when like having a life event does not match up with like your pay schedule, and because you're gonna go, like you got the tickets, you're booked to travel, all that stuff, and you're just gonna be like, I guess I'm not drinking this weekend.
Oh, no, I'm drinking. I'm going to drink my weight in booze. And
what corners are you cutting to make room for the booze?
I'll bring some, like, sunflower seeds or something. You get your calories in where you can, you know?
You're on that ballpark diet.
Yeah,
Looney Dogs and sunflower seeds.
Yeah, maybe we'll just hit up, like, a Costco and just buy, like, a fuck ton of Cliff Bars. And that's what we'll live off for the next week. That's what you got to do when you go to a festival, man. You can't spend too much money on food. You got to focus on the things that matter, all right?
You are going to come back hyper regular, my friend.
And probably insanely dehydrated, too.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
So the plan was, because Brock's having a tough tough weekend, to be honest. Your Toronto Maple Leafs got eliminated for the playoffs. Game 7 against Boston on Saturday night. And I thought, because we've done this before, that we could ask the people to text in their silly, funny dad jokes to try and see if we could get a laugh out of you. See if we usually do this, and Brock usually resists for about 4 or 5 jokes, starts laughing, cheers him up. Unfortunately, it has gone a different direction. Instead of texting in dad jokes, people have texted in Toronto jokes. And
I thought this was supposed to make me happy.
Well, I mean, what do you call 20 millionaires around a TV watching the Stanley Cup playoffs? The Toronto Maple Leafs.
Boo.
That's like a dad joke, right?
Yeah, that is a dad joke, honestly.
How do you keep maple leaves out of your yard?
How?
Put up a goalie net. Keeps them away.
That one's actually pretty good.
What do you call a Toronto Maple Leaf with a Stanley Cup ring?
What?
A thief. I don't know where he got it.
Damn, dude, I hate that
his.
I chuckled at that.
Somebody else texted in here and said, I tried to send you a color photo of the Leafs hoisting the Stanley Cup, but couldn't find one. It's not even a joke.
That's not just a statement, I guess, eh?
It's being mean.
That's actually just a fact.
Hey, here's one make you think a little bit. So what are the Maple Leafs, the Argonauts, and the Blue Jays all have in common?
What do the Leafs, the Blue Jays, and the Argos have in common?
Yeah.
They're all blue?
No, none of them can play hockey.
Damn it, dude. These are actually pretty good.
This is a bit of a throwback. This one here. It says, what's the difference between the Maple Leafs and a cigarette vending machine?
I have no idea.
The vending machine has players.
Oh, like the cigarettes?
Yeah.
Like the players' cigarettes. These are good, actually. These are really good.
Are really strong. What do the Maple Leafs and whales have in common?
Maple Leafs and whales.
Like the animal whales.
Yeah.
They both totally get confused when they're surrounded by ice.
Oh. Is that a thing with whales? I don't know.
You know what? I'm not sure. But I believe the internet. I believe the people texting.
We're learning something this morning, too.
Why does Hamilton not have an NHL team?
Because Hamilton's sketchy.
No, it's because then Toronto would want one.
I know how the joke's going to land every time, but I still try to think of a logical answer. Yeah.
How many Maple Leafs does it take to win a Stanley Cup?
How many?
We might never find out.
I want to swear so bad right now. And it's just making me laugh, making me more mad, actually, that these are actually good.
Yeah. Did you know that
there's more.
Pink Floyd released their first album 57 years ago?
Yeah.
And 1967 feels like an eternity ago, doesn't it?
Is that...
Yeah.
Is that the same thing?
Apparently.
Is that the... Oh, damn.
Sorry, brother. Pink Floyd is the reason the Toronto Maple Leafs never win the Stanley Cup.
I'm officially not a Pink Floyd fan anymore then. If that's the case. Is that it? Are you done?
Brother, I'm pretty sure I could keep reading these for a long, long time. But it's probably in your best interest if we just let it go.
I feel like being a Leafs fan is kind of like being a child of divorce. You need to be able to laugh at these kind of things. You know? Like a kid who's been through some sort of trauma, you need to be able to laugh at your past.
Well, we did get this text that said the Stanley Cup for the Leafs is kind of like that pack of smokes your dad went for. All right. The Leafs went for a pack of smokes in 67.
That's a good one.
Haven't been back since.
That's really good. That hurts, but it's really good. And it's so friggin' true, man. Come home, Papa. Please come home.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
That new Jerry Seinfeld movie came out over the weekend, Unfrosted, about the origins of the Pop-Tart.
Oh, that's right.
Dude, totally worth a watch, actually. It's a great origin story, but it's also just a great comedy in general.
Brother, why is Pop-Tarts everywhere all of a sudden? Like, they had that mascot in all those college football games.
Is Pop-Tarts making a comeback?
I mean, listen, for some of us, Pop-Tarts never fell off. But in the mainstream, it feels like we're in a Pop-Tart renaissance here.
It's the whole story on how they came up with the Pop-Tart, like Kellogg's and Post were competing with each other to come up with a new breakfast item or whatever. The cast in it is absolutely amazing. But there's one scene in the movie where they have basically all the cereal mascots storming Kellogg's like it's like storming the Capitol on January 6th.
The cereal version of January 6th?
You've got like Tony the Tiger. He's like the dude with the horned helmet. It's amazing. And you've got every cereal mascot coming in trying to stop. I guess it's the guy from the FDA approving the Pop-Tart.
Oh, okay. You know, we always make jokes about how Hollywood never has any new ideas. And, I mean, maybe this is based off a real story and then based off of some events. But I take it back. Hollywood's winning again. Yeah. That's fantastic.
Dude, seeing Tony the Tiger storm into Kellogg's with like Toucan Sam and then Snap, Crackle, and Pop and all these other guys in there.
Those are the guys you got to watch out for.
Well, it made me think, like, if there was, I don't know, a Royal Rumble of all cereal mascots.
Just cereal mascots?
Yeah. Who's coming out on top?
Let me ask you this question, because I think there's one cereal we have to disqualify, otherwise it's the winner, and that's Raisin Bran. The mascot is the sun, my dude.
Oh. That's true.
That doesn't feel fair.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All the other mascots are things, not celestial bodies.
I mean, but the sun's going to die out eventually, right? We all...
Death of the universe.
Yeah, it's more of a time thing.
Yeah, sure.
I was gonna say, I mean, Tony the Tiger's an easy pick. Like,
I mean,
he
Tiger
just shred everyone.
Sure, and he's got some like human qualities. He's very tall, stands up, all that stuff. I don't know if I'm comfortable discounting the magical element of the Lucky Charms leprechaun.
He's got luck on his side, but is that it?
Well, I don't know, right? I mean, no one's ever caught a leprechaun. We don't know what they're capable of.
He's been running for years, so I mean, he's got that. He's got good cardio, obviously.
That's true.
Right?
He's got great evasion.
Someone just said Boo Berry. I mean, he's already dead, so you can't kill him, technically.
True. Same with Count Chocula.
Mm-hmm.
Count Chocula bites Tony the Tiger. Now he's got him on his side.
And Count Chocula could beat the sun, too, because he's one of the few vampires that can stay in the sunlight, actually.
He's a daywalker.
Yeah. Right?
As long as he avoids giant raisin asteroids.
What's the cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs? What's, Sunny? Was it Sunny, the cuckoo bird?
Something like that.
That dude's just jacked up off of sugar and cocaine, basically, so, like...
It's a little out of pocket. Yeah.
He's the wild card for sure, but I most definitely wouldn't mess with him. You know what I mean?
Is the mascot for just like cornflakes? Is it just like foghorn leghorn?
Basically.
Like, I know they only show the head on the box.
It's like a big giant green rooster.
Yeah, I think you got to get that into the mix as well.
A lot of people texting in Captain Crunch, and I don't mean to be rude, but that dude's a captain who hasn't been promoted for like 50 years, so...
should be Admiral Crunch by now, if we're all being honest.
Right?
You know what? No, he just loves the high seas. Admiral's a desk job. That's all paperwork.
He just opens your mouth and just starts shredding it with cereal. Like, that's his finishing move.
Yo, do the Flintstones count in this? Because if the Flintstones count, then you got to take into account all of their dinosaur-related equipment.
True.
Right? Tony the Tiger and Captain Crunch are in a fist fight, and all of a sudden a brontosaurus comes rolling up.
I mean, but if we're doing that, like, take Shaquille O'Neal from a Wheaties box on there. I think he takes those size 23 shoes and puts them up someone's ass real quick.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Someone brought up a good point on the text line here at 762-555 that said, how come adult cereals or healthy cereals don't have mascots?
That's true. Well, I mean, what was that? Vector had Vince Carter for a little while. Remember that?
More of a spokesperson, I guess.
But that's the thing, right? I feel like when you're a kid, you get some sort of like animated, cartoony, and then when you get older, the mascot is essentially just like a person who eats it that makes you also want to eat it.
I mean, I guess like what would a Fiber One mascot be? Just like a healthy turd?
Yeah. It was the thing from South Park? Hanky, Mr. Hanky.
Mr. Hanky the Christmas Poo.
Right? Do you really want that on your cereal box?
He's just got like jogging clothes on with a 6-pack of abs or something.
That headband's kind of digging in a little squishier than you'd like it to be.
Yeah.
But that's why you eat the cereal.
I mean, in general, I feel like mascots are dying off. I mean, when's the last time you've even seen Ronald McDonald?
Yeah, Ronald McDonald. I mean, even Grimace got more of a spotlight last year during that whole like Grimace shake thing.
That's right, yeah.
Than Ronald McDonald has in a long time.
Burger King canceled like the Burger King guy. They don't have him anymore.
The only one you really still see is Colonel Sanders for KFC because they're constantly getting new actors and actresses.
Taco Bell doesn't do the Chihuahua.
Well, I don't want to be that guy, but I assume that dog died a while ago, bud.
Don't say that.
I'm sorry.
That dog's still alive, all right? Don't say that.
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
Whatever happened to that weird Tim Hortons mascot?
Sorry, the what?
The Tim Hortons mascot? You don't remember that?
He died, didn't he? Tim Horton, right?
Not the hockey player. No.
Did Tim Hortons have a mascot?
Yeah, it was like, damn it. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? It was, look up Tim Hortons mascot. He had a name. It was like this weird Timbit thing. It was like a Timbit with eyes.
The Timbits mascot?
Yeah, it looks like a dude that you just saw come out of like the shower, basically.
Yeah, it was basically a Timbit with arms, legs, and 2 giant eyeballs sticking out of the top.
Yeah.
It looks like a dust mite from an old National Film Board commercial that would play at like the end of the day on CBC. You know what I'm talking about?
It also looks like when you come out of the pool and it was very cold. I think his name was Mr. T, if I'm not mistaken. Does it say anything there?
Let's see. No, I mean, Tim Hortons has recently tweeted out a photo of him because it is the 60th anniversary, but I don't know his name.
Has anyone seen this before? Text Tim Hortons to 762-555. We'll send you the photo. They had a mascot at one point. I remember seeing this at an event like
absolutely
a few years ago or something at least.
Even they're like, does anybody remember this guy's name? And I'm starting to feel like maybe they've also forgotten it.
It was Mr. Timbit. I swear it was like Mr. T, Mr. Timbit or something like that. Mr. Bits maybe by the way that it looks. But
so weird.
Yeah.
Also, apparently, Tim Hortons cup is a Halloween costume a lot of people have bought and posted picture of, and that's weird.
Tim Hortons needs a new mascot. And it needs to be the Farmer's Wrap.
What does the Farmer's Wrap mascot do?
The Farmer's... he just posts up. He drops, like, free toys and stuff for souvenirs for the kids.
Nobody can see you because we're on the radio. But when you say he drops and you put your hand on your backside like that, that's not what we're doing here.
Yeah.
We're not having a Tim Hortons mascot that has bowel problems.
Or the Tim Hortons Farmer's Wrap just shows up to an event and just, like, runs through people.
Stop.
That's all he does. Just puts on a clinic like he's like prime Ricky Williams or something.
you know what you're doing.
It's like,
and it's wrong.
The Tim Hortons mascot is just an untoasted bagel.
Yeah, there we go.
That's what it is?
Partially toasted. Yeah. It's just dried out.
Honestly,
on the surface.
The Tim Hortons mascot should just be like some lady being like, we're out of that.
I'm sorry, that doesn't work anymore.
Just the empty shelf, the empty like front shelf at Tim Hortons. That's all it is.
This is the Brock and Delby Podcast.
A new report says that we may be getting closer to an exercise pill. They're saying that scientists are proposing a class of drugs that aim to do exactly what the name suggests, mimic the health benefits of exercise. So hypothetically, there's a future where we might be able to take a pill once a day.
Damn.
And then you don't need to exercise.
Do you think people still go to the gym in that world? Like in the world where one pill can make you run your metabolism, do whatever you do, so that you're in average shape. Do people still go to the gym?
I mean, I guess if you're already working out, right? But why are you going to work out if you have the pill already?
Right. It's like when you see someone who's super jacked in the gym and you're like, why are you here? You're good. You won. You did it.
There would probably be a whole separate group of people who would take pride in not being on the pill.
Bro, I'm natty.
Yeah. Also, calling it the pill is very hilarious to anyone who just tuned in. Like if you just turned on the radio
the
and you're hearing that.
The most complimentary way you could ever say is like, yo, are you on the pill? You're looking good.
That's like the new steroids. They're testing people. They're like, are you on the pill? Take a piss test right now.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Delby Podcast.
So I'm not looking to rub salt in the wound, but it is yet another year where the Toronto Maple Leafs will not have won the Stanley Cup.
How many times are we going to talk about this morning, dude?
Well, I just wanted to bring something up that I noticed today, is that if you go back, it's been 56 years and 4 months since 1967.
Yes, we all know that.
If you were to go from 1967 and go 56 years in that direction, that would make it 1911, meaning anything that happened between 1911 and 1967 happened closer to the Toronto Maple Leafs winning the Stanley Cup.
Why are we doing this right now?
Than we are currently here in the year of our Lord 2024.
What are you getting at, dude?
Well, there's some interesting things on that list. Did you know that there are 4 U.S. states that joined America closer to the Leafs Stanley Cup than we are right now?
Which ones?
New Mexico, Arizona, Alaska, and Hawaii all joined America closer to the Leafs winning the Stanley Cup than we are right here today.
What are you doing? What are we doing? What are you doing?
Did you know that the sailing and sinking of the Titanic happened closer to the Leafs winning the Stanley Cup than we are right here today?
Do not make a sinking ship joke right now.
Did you know that Babe Ruth played his first baseball game in the major leagues closer to the Leafs winning the Stanley Cup?
Is that actually real?
That is actually real.
What the hell, man? How many of these do you have?
Oh, I mean, brother, I got 56 years worth. But
Jesus, Murphy.
The NHL itself, the founding of the league, is closer to the Leafs' last Stanley Cup victory than we are today.
We get it, dude.
The invention of the stop sign is closer. That happened in 1915 in Detroit. That's closer to the Leafs Stanley Cup than we are sitting here right now.
With that being said, I beg of you.
Yeah.
Stop.
Can I give you 2 more?
Stop.
They go together as a
Please.
package.
No.
Both world wars are closer to the Leafs Stanley Cup than you are as a Leafs fan sitting here today. I have more. Do you want to hear more, or are you?
Please stop.
You're good?
No,
right.
please.
Just listen.
I can't handle this right now.
This is an educational program. This is helping people to be able to build that timeline in their head.
Helping who, dude?
Helping any young person that might be thinking about doing something foolish like cheering for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
There's a rich history there, that's for sure.
Camel produced the first packaged cigarettes.
All right, dude. I'm going to go have a cigarette right now, honestly. You're a real dick. You know that?
Chevrolet as a car company was built.
Stop, dude. We get it. It's been a minute, all right?
The invention of neon signs.
You know what I have control of? Control of his microphone. No more Leaf slander. Seriously, stop the texts.
The invention of green beer for St. Patrick's Day is closer to the Leaf Stanley Cup than we are.
It's going to be a long morning, isn't it?
I love you.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Did anyone watch the roast of Tom Brady last night?
I forgot that it was on until you came in this morning asking if I'd seen it, and I'm very upset with myself.
Dude, so good. I watched it live because it was one of those Netflix Live things that they're doing. I don't know how much they're going to edit it out, but holy crap, man. People were firing on all cylinders last night. So I'm interested to see what makes the final cut from the live version.
I will say, if you go on Netflix right now, like I looked on my phone, it is there and available to watch, like right now. And it's clocking in at 3 hours and 4 minutes and like 9 seconds, which is weird. So it feels like they haven't, if they're going to edit it, they haven't yet.
Yeah.
So you can still watch the full thing if you go on now.
Dude, it was so good. They had so many people there, a bunch of former players and comedians and stuff like that. Dude, I don't know if you guys know football at all, but like Drew Bledsoe was the quarterback who was playing when Tom Brady first came into the league.
That's right.
He was the first one to go up. And honestly, the dude crushed it here. I got a couple clips from the night.
So, hey, look, buddy, you have more rings than I do. But I've experienced a couple things that you will never experience. The feeling of being the number one overall draft pick in the NFL. And a 28th wedding anniversary. It was yesterday.
There's even better ones.
Damn.
Gronk was like hammered up there. He went off script a bunch of times. Dude, the amount of jokes about Tom Brady's wife and his family. Of course. There was even some Aaron Hernandez jokes in there. Yeah, people are going in, dude. It's worth a watch.
Damn, man.
Yeah.
That is, but that's a roast, right? Roasts are one of those things where like, sometimes the crowd or people will go like, oh, that's so mean. It's like, no, this is a roast. That's what it's for.
Peyton Manning showed up, and he absolutely crushed it. Here, I got a clip here.
It is great to be with a bunch of people sitting around talking smack about Tom Brady. Or as we call that in the Manning family, Thanksgiving. One thing that Tom and I definitely have in common, though, is our love of the game of golf. And listen, not to brag, we're both pretty good players. My handicap is a 6.4, while Tom's handicap is blowing leads in the Super Bowl to my brother Eli.
Woo!
Yeah, dude.
Woo!
The last time Tom Brady had to wait this long to get on stage, it was the 2000 NFL Draft.
And the ones that I'm playing you are the clean jokes.
Right, these are the ones that are airable, so to speak.
I'm a big fan. I hope they start bringing these roasts back. They haven't really done them in a long time. I mean, there was the Charlie Sheen one and stuff. Right?
That was Comedy Central was massively relevant for these Comedy Central roasts, which was the last one Franco, which was years ago.
I don't even know, dude. I like the idea of doing them live, too.
100%. Absolutely, because then you get to watch either a great roast or there's also entertainment value in watching someone bomb.
762-555. What celebrity would you want to see get roasted? I just keep thinking of, imagine a roast of Tom Cruise.
Man, I don't know if people are ready for that. I don't know if the church is ready for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. There'd be a lot of Scientology references for sure.
I would watch the crap out of that one. Also, and maybe it's because you said Tom Cruise and I started picturing him like when he was jumping on the couch. Brother, the roast of Oprah Winfrey.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine with all the careers that she's had a hand in over the years, the amount of people you could get to come out. And I feel like Oprah would be a good sport about it.
Yeah.
And I feel like Oprah's writers would set her up with some burns.
We need more celebrity roast. Dude, roast of Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
That needs to happen, man.
And everybody on the panel is the ex-boyfriend with the album written about them, like on display behind them.
Yes. Yeah, they have every ex there. Even the ones from like high school and stuff.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Someone's going to get assassinated after that roast, for sure. There's no way you can just shake that one off, man.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
You know those BuzzFeed quizzes that are so much fun? Yeah, that's not what this is. It's the quiz with Brock and Dalby.
In honor of the Leafs season being over, today's edition of the quiz is going to be songs with over in the title.
I have been racking my brain, and I might be in trouble here. I'm really counting on you jogging my memory when you say the bands, because nothing is coming to mind right now.
You may be the Leafs here in this quiz.
I may already be over.
Let's see what happens. This is a guaranteed one. You should be able to get this. When I say Daughtry, you are able to say...
Is it just called It's Not Over? Okay, I didn't actually know. I just know the clip, and if you hadn't been playing it for the last 2 weeks, I would have got that wrong.
All right, there you go. 1 for 1 on the board in the over quiz here.
Yes.
When I say Judy Garland, you would say...
Over the Yellow Brick Road?
No way.
Over the Rainbow.
Wow.
Why did I think... Is Julie Garland in The Wizard of Oz?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, okay.
I'd hate to do it to you so early in here, but I do think
I won't
that
take
one...
your shame, Bell. You were negative 40 years old when that song came out.
The Wizard of Oz is part of all of our childhood.
When's the last time you heard Over the Rainbow? Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
Doesn't matter.
It actually does,
It doesn't matter. Shame on you, brother.
That's ridiculous.
Shame on you.
Carry on.
When I say Led Zeppelin, you would say...
Over the Hills and Far Away.
There we go. There we go. That deserves a ding.
Is that an over, or is that an O''ER?
No, that's an over.
Okay.
That's an over. It's not over the rainbow, but it's over the hills, that's for sure. When I say Ozzy, you would say?
Oh, no. Ozzy has an over song.
Mm-hmm. It's not over the rainbow either. It's not over the Yellow Brick Road.
Stop talking. You're not helping anybody. I have no idea. Can't think of it.
No?
No. Over the mountain. Yeah. It just, there's no room for it in my head with the other 65 Ozzy songs.
I don't know
I've
what's
spammed.
worse, not getting that or the Judy Garland one. I'm torn here. When I say Sum 41, you would say? It's a very popular song.
Yeah. I got nothing.
It's over your head, eh?
Yeah. Was this really very popular? Yeah. I mean, I get that it was a Canadian radio
Hey, just because you're doing bad today doesn't mean you got to slight the quiz.
I think you're being a little... Okay, carry on.
It's a little defensive here. When I say John Lennon and Yoko Ono, you would say... you should know this one.
John Lennon and Yoko Ono's Over song? Mm-hmm. Brother, I got nothing.
Happy Christmas, the war is over.
Oh, get out of here.
This is one of the worst quizzes you've ever had, brother.
You can shame yourself for playing this song on our show.
No. I'm going to shame you for the disrespect on Judy Garland, Ozzy Osbourne, and Yoko Ono this morning?
The Yoko Ono thing is ridiculous.
Hey.
The Judy Garland, the Ozzy one, should have had that. These other two... You are digging deep, brother.
Dude, grow up.
I win a couple of quizzes, and this is what it's come to.
Be mature about the situation and just realize that it's over.
This is petty Leaf fan Brock coming out today. That's what this is.
For more Brock and Dalby, tune in weekday mornings 5:30 to 9.
The Brock and Dalby podcast is brought to you by badshop.ca, the Brock and Dalby merch store. With all proceeds going to the Canadian Cancer Society.